Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. So this morning, what I am doing is we need to process tomatoes, peppers, and I started cutting up a jalapeno, and what we're planning on making is a spaghetti tomato base sauce, and it's going to have onion, green pepper, tomatoes, one jalapeno, and probably some garlic. So right now what I need to do is get these all quartered up, cleaned, and you just want to take out the bad spots. You don't want to leave any bad spots in there. And we need to get it in the pot so then we can start cooking it down. So let me get these all started and we'll bring you back. Okay, so the tomatoes are all cut and now I'm cutting peppers. I'm probably going to put, I don't know, 5 green peppers in there, and we just want to chop them, you know, a little bit square. I don't know, as small as you want them, as large as you want them. So we're gonna see, probably 2, 3, yeah, we'll probably do four green peppers and see how that looks, and then we're gonna do garlic after that. Okay guys, so we have our peppers and you can see the garlic's in there. Now I'm going to come back later and puree this. So right now it's going to look a little bit chunky, but that's okay because it's going to cook down. And then the last thing that we're going to do is add our cumin, and it's about 2 tablespoons, maybe 1 full tablespoon, maybe a tablespoon and a half. It was all I had left in the bottom of there, so I think it was roughly 1 tablespoon. So, and that's all I'm going to put in there, and I'm not going to put any water or anything in there, and we're going to let this cook down. And the last thing that we're putting in is the onion. I almost forgot the onion, so I'm going to chop this up and get it in there, and then we're going to cook it down. Alright guys, let me show you what it looks like with the onions in there, and you can hear that it is starting to boil a little bit. That's what we want. We want all these tomatoes to cook down, and we're just going to let it do its thing. We're not going to do anything until they have completely cooked down. So it's going to be a while, so we'll come back. Alright guys, and then the last thing I put in there was 2 zucchinis, and you can just chop it up as small or as large as you want. It's going to cook down, and I like to use zucchinis if I have them extra and I don't know what to do with them. You can add them to anything because they will take on the flavor of whatever it is you're cooking, which is great. I use zucchini in apple pies. You can make jellies, jams. You can add it to your tomato stuff, any kind of pasta sauces, tomato sauces, and it cooks down really good. The same consistency and everything. And then you're just going to puree it anyway, so I think it's a great additive to get rid of those extra zucchinis that you don't know what to do with. Okay guys, I wanted to show you how it cooks down. See all that juice? It cooks down all by itself. You don't need to add any juice, and you can leave the skins on because we're going to puree this. So I'm sure there's going to be some questions. Well, do you blanch it to get the skins off? No, we're going to puree it, and no problem. It just turns to juice. You don't have to do all that work. This is probably the simplest recipe. Okay guys, so it's been a couple hours here, and I just got done using my blender excuse me, to blend that all in, and it looks amazing. So you can still see that it's still got chunks in there. There's garlic, peppers, jalapeno, but most of, or almost all of the zucchini and the tomatoes have all but been pureed. So the next step that we want to do is we want to get some of this juice off there a little bit, so it kind of thickens up just a little bit, because we're going to use this as spaghetti sauce and chili base. So we need to turn the heat up just a little bit, but not too much, because we don't want to scorch it. I mean, it's looking really delicious. I mean, look at that. Great consistency, except the water It still has high water content in there. So we're going to cook it down just a little bit, and then we'll come back. Okay guys, so the next stage we're going to do is we're going to fill our jars, and we're going to hot water bath can it. You don't have to pressure cook this. So let's fill our jars and then we'll come back. All right, we have our jars filled. Next, we're going to wipe the tops off with some vinegar on a paper towel, and then we're going to put our lids on, and then we're going to try to get them all in the hot water bath. All right, guys, well, it looks like we have one odd man out. That was the rest of the batch, but we have 2 quarts and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pints, and they look real good. So we're gonna drop them in there, and then we're gonna start a boiling process for 40 minutes. All right guys, so we have about 1 inch of water above our tallest one. We're gonna put our lid on, and then we're gonna bring it to boil for 40 minutes. Let's turn our flame all the way up. All right guys, we'll come back. Okay guys, so we set our timer to 40 minutes. We got 27 minutes left because it's boiling already, and then we'll come back. Okay guys, our timer is finished. So we're gonna shut this off here. We're gonna take our lid off. And then we're gonna bring these babies up and out. Looks good. All right, I put this lid over there. Now I'm gonna need both hands for this, so I'll bring you back. All right, guys, look at those. Oh my. So I tip them to get the water off the top, and then we're just gonna sit them over here on our cutting board. Oh man, those look good. Excited. All right. All right, last one. Let's follow this baby over here. So those look really, really good. And what I really like about these is, like, see how thick that looks? Once that cools off a little bit, it gets thicker. So that's why it's really important to kind of cook off as much juice as possible. You don't want to make it terribly thick, but that's it. That's all that's in it is tomatoes, garlic, peppers. I put 2 jalapeños in there, a little bit of chili powder, cumin, and you can add whatever you want or how much ever you want. It's up to you. And then now I have spaghetti sauce and chili base. That's it, guys. Easy as pie, and you don't need a pressure canner to make this. Thanks for watching.